Welcome back to Two for the Road, and this week we're staying at Hugenot Memorial Park, and we're meeting up with some friends, Jim and Barb. This is a very unique, one-of-a-kind campground with some crazy rules, and it's a favorite park for the locals. It is a city park. Let's check it out and see where it's at on the map. Located all the way in the upper right-hand corner, it is located in Jacksonville, Florida. The address is in the lower right corner of the screen. We had a late arrival, but we had reserved site number 56, a waterfront campsite right on St. Johns River. It is a all-grass parking pad with a picnic table, a fire ring, 30 and 50 amp electric, and water. And right next door in Site 58, that's where Jim and Barb's rig set up for their camp. Hey, that's a nice shirt. Where did you get that?
The YouTube channel store that you created.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Now I recognize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you created that. That's really cool.
Hey, that's a pretty cool shirt. Campground full.
Yeah, it's a shirt I designed, designated for camping. Campground full. You see it's got all the campground symbols, some of them, and it's a little humorous, campground full, because it seems like when we go camping and want to book somewhere, it's always full, and then you get there and the campground's empty. So if you're interested in a shirt like this or other camping gear, we have a store on our channel, and it's going to be linked right below the video itself. It'll lead you to it. We have hundreds of products, and we're constantly updating and adding more stuff. We have coffee mugs, shirts, jackets, sweatshirts. We have stuff for toddlers, teenagers, adults, men, and women. Check it out. As a group, we went to Palm's Fish Camp Restaurant, and yes, that's right, it is dog friendly. That's right, use bringfido.com if you're looking for places of interest to bring your dog. That is a Navy Yard on the other side of the river. You can tell when they raise the flag in the morning. That's pretty amazing that we're this far away from the river.
You can hear the echo too.
That is that loud. And so imagine being on the base, how loud it really is right there in person. All right, guys, we are heading to one of the main features or a special thing about this park, and that is the beach and the sand dunes. And what's really cool about it is that you can drive your vehicle on it and spend the day. In order to drive your vehicle on the beach, it must be four-wheel drive. And if you're going to take your RV out there, make sure it's four-wheel drive as well. You can bring your RV out there, but you cannot stay the night out there. Let's go check it out, guys. all set up. What a cool place to hang out. Just check out the ocean itself. What's amazing is it's July, very hot. We're in the mid to high 90s these days for the typical year for the season. The water's cold. The ocean water is cold. It's probably, I'd say probably maybe 60 degrees, maybe, the water. Nah, maybe in the 70s, maybe 70 degrees. It is amazing. Beautiful sand. Nice easy walk into the water. Quick look back at our rig and where we're sitting. There is lifeguards here at this beach, which is nice. People look at our pavilion, it's all bent up, it's rolled a couple times. It's on his last legs, guys. Meanwhile, back at the campground, you can see ships coming in and out all day long along the St. Johns River, making their way to port and back to sea. I sped the camera up that way, wouldn't bore you with over an hour of the ship leaving port. So we're at the point where we want to talk about the park. Is it worth it? Is it worth it?
The beach is worth it.
Yeah, it was a nice beach. So my opinion is, and I'm sure you'll probably agree, it's worth it for some, and then for some it's not worth it.
I mean, it's reasonably priced.
Great price, the location's decent, there's some really cool features about the park, but speaking of features, there's some features that is lacking. And the main one for us is pets. You pay extra for your pet to be here. It's $5. I can't remember if that's for the entire time they're here or if that's per day. And then when you get here, the dogs are not allowed on the beach. They're not allowed on the walking trails, which we are on, and we have Cooper with us. We're breaking the rules.
It's early in the morning.
It's early in the morning, and you know, we had to give Cooper some time. I mean, I paid $5 for him to be here. And
no doggy parks.
There's no doggy parks. There's no doggy beach. No nothing for the dogs. So you're paying extra.
Not even doggy bags.
So, yeah, there's no doggy bag, no dog stations provided for considering the money that you're paying. And the dogs are not allowed to do anything other than be at the campground pretty much and maybe walk the loop.
They don't even want you to have the dogs in your car when you're driving the beach.
Yeah, so your dog is not allowed to be in your vehicle while you're driving the beach, just cruising the beach. So, man, it's like, that's a big, huge no for us. I mean, I didn't know that up front when we booked it, you know, but found that out after we got here. And then...
And speaking of, somebody else is walking their dog, so we're not the only rule breakers.
Yeah, so look behind us. There's somebody walking their dog back there, so we're not the only rule breaker. But, I mean, really, you didn't know that when we got, until we got here, you know. But another thing is, if you're checking in after hours, they have a security company that kind of takes over, and they're actually very rude. I mean, we pulled up and the girl was just bobbing her head, didn't even say hi, nothing. I mean, didn't even say anything. So I had to say, oh, we're site 56, and she closed the window and gave us our window tag and closed the window, and that was it. And we had to proceed to our campsite without a map or anything, but luckily we studied the map really good before we came here, so we knew what this park was about, and we were easily to find our site. But I did go down and complain, and just to let y'all know, management let me know that they have tons of complaints on the security team. So if you're planning on coming here, be prepared for that if you're going to check in after hours that there is some issues going on. We're not going down there. Look at this. The road was washed out from a hurricane, and is now explains why the road is now designated as a trail. And then there's an alternative dirt road where they just plowed through the dunes to get us to the campsite and the beaches. Let's go back this way.
Come on, Cooper.
And then, what was the other negative? The bathrooms. And then you have the bathrooms, the condition of the public use bathrooms. They are horrible. This is why I don't put them in our videos, because it doesn't matter if they're clean or dirty. It's not my thing, but I need to talk about it. It is the worst bathrooms I've ever seen. I mean, the mirrors are so bad. You can't even see your reflection in it when you're washing your hands. And then when you put your hands down in the sink, it's like you think you're actually going to have your hands dirtier than before you start washing them. It's that bad, folks. And then there's just stuff all over the wall. I don't even want to. So anyway, that's as far as I'm going with the bathrooms. They're bad.
We were here on a weekend also in the nature center thing. We didn't even see it open.
Yeah, the nature center never even opened.
The cafe wasn't open.
The cafe never opened. There's apparently a decent cafe here. I'm not sure what the menu is because there's nothing posted on the outside other than the name of the cafe.
And it's summertime.
And it's down at the day use area, and it's the middle of summer, and it's not even open. It never opened. There's no water at the campsites, but there is a potable water filling station. It's kind of set back, so I would recommend filling your tanks before you get here, because you're going to have a heck of a time trying to maneuver your rig up to that filling station. Now the dump station, you have to leave your campsite and do this crazy loop around, because it's set up to where technically, to make it easy, you would need to dump your station on the way into the campsites instead of on the way out. So they got it backwards. So that wasn't real nice to see.
You gotta redo that one.
What?
Because you said you have to dump your station on your way in instead of your way out.
So also the dump station, the way it's set up, it's backwards. You will have to technically dump your tanks before you go to the campsites instead of on the way out. So you have to do some crazy maneuvering, turning around, some tight spots to get to it. And so there's the dump. Another thing that's thumbs down for me. And one more thing, the grass. There's signs everywhere. Keep off the grass. So you pay extra money for your dog to be here, and where can your dog go to the bathroom? It's crazy. I mean, people aren't allowed on the grass. At first I thought it was because of vehicles, but then you start seeing the signs where they're located, and you realize it's for everything. Nothing is allowed on the grass, period. And then they're going to the extent of keep off the grass, but look at the condition of the grass. It's like 3 feet tall. They're not even maintaining it. It's like, what is the plan here, people? It's like you're not allowed to do anything, and then the condition of the park is like in a wreck.
The parking for the day use too is all
This
overgrown.
is day use parking area for those group shelters, and look at it. And then all the group shelters are roped off. You're not allowed to use them. They're falling apart. I don't get it. And then got the local sheriff patrolling the park, the beaches, continuously. It was like non-stop. So I don't know what kind of atmosphere is this? Is it safe? Is it not safe? I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I didn't see any issues with it not
it's
being
safe, but borderline of erupting into a problem.
But there are lots of lifeguards on the beach.
Yeah, plenty of lifeguards, so you're safe in the water. But I guess parking on the beach, you're going to be at your own risk, or even camping here. I don't know. It's definitely mixed messages that you kind of see while you're here. You know, the lack of landscaping being maintained, and not allowed to use this, not allowed to use that. It's just weird. I've never seen anything with it. And then our friends that stayed with us, you know, they got here on Friday night. You know, they said that they were treated the same way by that security company when they checked in, and they got to spend a full day around the park before we got here, and they kind of had the same vibe. They weren't all that thrilled about the place, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I do understand. Camping is camping. You make of it what you make of it, and but when you're stacked up against the wall with rules that don't use this, don't use that, and then they're not maintaining it, that's a different ball game, folks. So I really, I mean, I like the park, but I don't. It's hard for me to even give a recommendation of it. I mean, maybe coming down here as a day use only and using the beach, parking on there, or making a day of it. That's a yes. But everything else, I mean, to stay here, no, I don't think so. They got to do something. They got to make some changes. They got to make some improvements and turn it back into a park, a campground too. I mean, do something with the campground. It's a lot of the sites are unlevel, which you'll see in the video. But anyway, let's go look at some campsites. So all the campsites are numbered except for this one, site number X. I guess that means X marks the spot. Is it a favorite campsite? I don't know. So the campground itself is relatively small. The campsites are kind of tight. You're on top of each other a little bit, but they're all natural grass pads. Lots of sand around. Be careful because the grass actually has sand spurs in there. So if you're going to be walking around barefoot, expect some pain to come. So all campsites are vary in sizes for what's going to accommodate rigs. We are 41 foot, and we got into a site that said it would hold 45 foot. So big rigs are welcome here. Most of the campsites are unlevel, so you're going to have to use your leveling skills to get your rig level. And here's a close-up view of some of the campsites, and these ones are on the waterfront on the opposite side of the campsite where we were. So this is going to be the opening to the ocean, and it's overlooking a family beach area, and it was a very nice site with some really decent views. I also want to mention that you'll notice during your stay here that with this being a beach style campground, there is a lot of birds, and you're going to hear a lot of bird chatter the entire time you're here. Also, with this being a beach style park, there is not much shade. There's a lot of palm trees, but they don't provide any significant shade to help you or your rig. So keep that in mind that during the hot season, you're going to be hot, and finding shade is going to be very limited. There is 60 campsites to choose from. With 30 and 50 amp electric service, there is no water at the campsites. There is a potable water station that you can fill your tanks upon entering the park, or you can just fill your own tanks in prior to arriving to the park itself. There is a separate dump station as there is no sewer hookup at the campsites. Alright, so we have come to the time. It is moving day. It is time for all of us to go home and return to work on Tuesday. So, as we see Jim and Barb make their departure, Tammy is busy inside packing up the camper because soon we'll be following behind and making our journey home as well. And also, Barb always makes a funny departure shout out.
Peace out, Hugenot. Cheers.
It's always a pleasure to camp with Jim and Barb. So, anyway, let's show you around some of the day use area before we make our departure. Alright, as we pull into the main portion of the day use area, it makes a quick loop and it drives right by the cafe, but you'll see the water tanks where you fill it. But just be aware, if you have a large rig, you're going to have a very hard time maneuvering your rig into position to fill your tanks. So I strongly suggest you bring your own water before coming to this park. Restrooms, the shower house, and the nature center. Located right here in the middle of the day use area of the park. Here is the building that has additional bathrooms, and it has a cafe called Northern Jetty Grill. Alright, that was the look around the day use area. We hope you enjoyed this video. You should consider subscribing to our channel. You'll never know, we just may be guilty of adding to your bucket list of places to visit right here in Florida and other places in the country. Thanks for watching. 2 for the road.